What's going on, YouTube? This is the SG1 Sports SEC Football Channel, and we're continuing to break down every SEC recruiting class. Up next is Arkansas, a team that was horrendous last year, terrible season, and yet they go out and get a top 25 recruiting class. Unbelievable job by Chad Morris and this staff. Arkansas really loaded up at some pretty key positions, and I think you can now start to see that he's going to start putting his stamp on this program. They had to really change things. I mean, you go from a power run team like they had at Brett Bielema to a spread offense. So, yeah, we knew it was going to take a little time. I was really surprised, though, that they put this kind of recruiting class together this quickly. Let's start with the players that have already enrolled. You see Trey Knox, a 4-star wide receiver. They also had a 4-star corner, a 4-star defensive end, another 4-star corner, another 4-star wide receiver. And this team didn't really, in my opinion, need a whole lot. I mean, they lost some guys from last year at different positions, but there wasn't one area where they just really needed a lot. So it's just kind of adding to the overall depth of the team. And we'll talk about that again in just a second and show you each position and what they added. But also they added a couple of 3-star defensive ends, a 3-star offensive tackle, another 3-star offensive tackle. Someone commented on a video, and I didn't look this up, I'm sure it was an Arkansas fan, said that this is the most 4-stars that they have ever had in a recruiting class at Arkansas. So if someone wants to let me know if that's true or not. Someone did say that, so no reason for me to think it's not true. And again, they loaded up. This is a great class. I had another 4-star receiver. These players are not on campus yet, but they are signed. Hudson Henry tied in a 4-star. Had a 4-star safety, another 4-star defensive end, maybe their quarterback of the future, KJ Jefferson, a dual threat quarterback. He was a 4-star. And again, you're starting to see, I think Chad Morris get the kind of players that he wants on this roster. They added another 4-star receiver, really loaded up at the receiver position. Great job there. Added a center, 3-star defensive tackle, a 3-star outside linebacker, and a 3-star defensive tackle, another one there. So again, it was a good job really getting guys at all kinds of different positions. And again, I'm going to break that down by position in just a second and show you exactly what they added to the roster. They also added another center, a 3-star. Only one running back, he's a 3-star. Added a 3-star athlete, 3-star offensive tackle, 3-star defensive tackle, and a 3-star offensive tackle. So it seems like they kind of got the 3-star guys on the offensive line, but they were able to get the 4-star guys at receiver. And they were able to get a lot of really good receivers, guys that I think are going to be the future of this program. As we break it down by position, they added, again, a 4-star quarterback, potentially the guy for them in the future. You know, Chad Morris has had a lot of success with quarterbacks going back to his time at Clemson, so we'll see how that works out. A 3-star running back, didn't really do a whole lot there. Maybe that's an area they could have done a little better. But, you know, what's this offense going to look like? Are they really going to be running the football that much? It doesn't look like it with all these receivers that they've added. 4 of them, 4-star receivers. I don't know if anyone in the country did that. We'll have to check on that. Maybe Oklahoma or Clemson. I know they did a good job at getting receivers. But to get 4-star receivers, that's very impressive. Added a 4-star tight end as well. And again, the offensive lineman, and that says, I think I messed up there. They did not add any guards. They actually added 2 centers. So that should be 2 centers, not 2 guards, and 4 offensive tackles. When you get to the offensive line, though, guys are going to play different positions than maybe they did in high school. You're going to see players move around. So really, I just kind of look at the overall amount of players you added on the offensive line, and they added 6 offensive linemen. All of them 3-stars, though, so they were not able to go out and get, you know, a huge recruit on the offensive line. We'll see if how that plays into this team in the future. Perhaps they know what they're doing, though. Maybe they know which 3-stars to get. They know which guys can fit in their offense, and I do have a lot of faith in Chad Morris. I think he's going to do an excellent job here at Arkansas, and like I said, I think this was really him starting to put his stamp on this program. We move on to the defensive side of the ball. Really loaded up on the defensive line. 4 defensive ends, 3 defensive tackles, a couple of 4-star defensive ends. So again, I've said this many times. The key, in my opinion, the #1 thing you need on defense this day and age is guys that can rush the passer, defensive linemen, because no matter how good your team is, if you cannot get pressure on the best quarterbacks out there, they're going to beat you. And so we'll see if they were able to do that with these guys that they signed. Only added 1 linebacker. That's a little bit of an area of concern. Again, 1 linebacker, 1 running back. That's the one spot where maybe they could have added a little bit more. In the secondary, they added 2 4-star cornerbacks, also added a 4-star safety. So got some really good players there, and it's just interesting to see where they're getting those 4-star guys. They're getting them in the secondary, they're getting them at receiver. So there's an emphasis on the passing game on offense potentially, and maybe defending other receivers, defending the pass on defense. Again, that's not what we would have seen if Brett Bielema was still the coach. You'd probably see an emphasis on offensive linemen and perhaps linebackers on defense. I don't know. Again, it's just interesting to see how this program is probably going to be changing over the next few years, and how much it already has changed. They also added a 3-star athlete as well, but just a very solid recruiting class. When we give out these grades, and I've done it on several videos, I'm not just grading how good the class was, how much talent did they add. Like I have said over and over again, if you want to know that, just look at the rankings, see how these teams rank. But we're trying to grade them based off of their needs. Did they get the guys that they needed? And it also depends on the program. A program like Arkansas, to have this good of a class, you know, if they'd done a little bit better at linebacker and running back, I would probably give them an A+. I'm going to give them an A, though, just because of all the depth that they added, and their ability to get these 4-star recruits after having such an awful season. I mean, it's just unbelievable when you think about it. And if this is the trend for them, perhaps they're the next Clemson. Perhaps Chad Morris is going to follow the blueprint that Dabo Swinney put out at Clemson. Maybe not, and I don't think that's going to happen. There's just so much competition in the SEC. But maybe they can at least get things turned around and get to where they're consistently playing in bowl games. And who knows, maybe even get this program to where they're finishing the top 10, top 15 on some occasions. That's still a couple of years away in my opinion, but I think this was a huge first step for them. A great job by Arkansas recruiting. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What did you think about this class? And what do you think about Arkansas moving forward? Always like to hear from all of you. Thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports SEC Football Channel.